today because, like most of you, I've watched this slaughter unfold day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, abetted by the most powerful people in the world, turned a blind eye to by the corporate-dominated right-wing media, but rejected by the overwhelming majority of decent people all across this world. I'm here today because, like all of you, I'm proud to stand beside my Palestinian brothers and sisters in Gaza, in the West Bank, and all across Palestine, in rejecting the drive to a world gone mad on war. We're fed up with it. We've had enough of it. The Palestinians are at the brunt end. The Palestinians are at the brunt end of a world system that punishes the poor, that punishes the most vulnerable, and that rewards the rich, the powerful, the greedy, those armed to the teeth with the most advanced weapons on the face of the earth. And we're sick of it. We've had enough. Anybody who can sit by and watch the slaughter that we've seen day after day drawn out in front of us on the West Bank and in Gaza especially, and turn a blind eye to it, or make excuses for it, or walk the other way, isn't part of the world of humanity, isn't part of the human family. But I'm here today especially with a special obligation as an American citizen, as somebody who grew up in the United States, and who's unwilling to stand aside and watch as the richest and most powerful nation on the face of the earth ever aids and abets a murderous, racist onslaught against the most powerless, some of the most powerless people in the world. Amounting to deliberate crimes against humanity. Deliberate, calculated war crimes that have been planned weeks and months in advance and are now only being carried out before the eyes of the world, which disgusts us, I don't have to tell you that Israel couldn't carry out these crimes for 2 minutes without the military, financial, and propaganda support of the United States. And as an American citizen and as a human being, I say, not my name will these crimes be carried out with impunity, armed and abetted by the United States government. Many of you, and people like you all around the world, breathed a sigh of relief when Barack Obama was elected to the American presidency as a candidate of change in 2008. He was elected by hundreds of thousands of the most poorest people in the United States. He was elected by millions of African Americans who'd never had a reason to vote in their lives, but who placed great hope in this candidate of change. He might turn away from the path that George Bush and his cronies had set the United States on. A path of endless war, a path of terror and torture, a path of shameful deeds committed in the names of the American people. Those hopes invested in Barack Obama, I'm sorry to tell you, but you all know this. They were wrong. We were wrong to place our faith in that. Because Barack Obama has proved himself a willing servant of the empire, an eager servant of empire, and a voice for the rich. They didn't need more voices, but that's what he's become. Instead of peace, instead of a turn away from the path of endless war, he's brought us nothing but endless war and brutality, of torture and the steady erosion of democratic rights right across the world. And that includes here, by the way. The Palestinians are part of us. We're part of them. We share this world that Obama and Cameron and Blair and Bush have made, and we need to do something about it now. Not only for the Palestinians. This is a president who's not brought peace and the restoration of our rights, but instead he's extended the war on terror beyond the wildest dreams of Bush and Cheney. This is a president who justifies the NSA surveillance of ordinary citizens, who has extended drone strikes in 3 or 4 or 5 countries where they hadn't been carried out by Bush, and who claims the right to assassinate American citizens anywhere in the world, let alone his right to knock off people from other parts of the world. This is an administration which, rather than bowing before the cries for reform across the Arab world, has chosen instead to double down on the vicious, repressive, Arab dictatorships that uphold the system of imperialism all across the Middle East. Above all, this is an administration that has aided and abetted a murderous and genocidal regime in Israel in carrying out war crimes against the Palestinian people. I believe that someday, when the records are known, we'll discover, doesn't surprise me at all, we'll discover that the highest levels of the U.S. government were involved in orchestrating this latest campaign over weeks and months with their Israeli counterparts. And I'm sure that evidence will be forthcoming in some way. And this is a crime. This is a crime for which we can never forgive the Obama administration. Never forgive the Obama administration for what we're seeing unfold before us. Brothers and sisters, there will be a reckoning. There will be a colossal reckoning. Wealth and firepower, the technology of repression, can hold that off for weeks or months, maybe even years. But make no mistake about it, their day is coming. Our day is coming. Yes. The day of the Palestinian people is coming, when this will be lifted. We have a choice. We have a choice in front of us, people. We can look the other way. None of us here will. People can decide to ignore what's going on in the Middle East. But it's impossible to ignore what slaughter is being carried out by the most advanced weapon systems available in the world. Our world has been brought low by Iraq, by Afghanistan, by the slaughter at Fallujah, by Abu Ghraib, by extraordinary renditions of black sites, by the NSA, by waterboarding, by Guantanamo, and most of all, by the pitiless and repeated slaughter of the Palestinian people and the complicity of our own governments in that slaughter. My question is this: is this the world we want to live in? No! Is this the world we're prepared to live in? No! Is this the world you want to raise your children in? No! Let's send a message loud and clear to through the American consulate, to the Obama administration, to John Kerry, to all those people who have backed Israel to the hilt and now think that they can preside over a peace process or a ceasefire negotiation. Let's send a message loud and clear all the way to Washington. In our hundreds, in our millions, we are all Palestinians.